process will be, I hope, a basis to consider similar reforms for other groups of people.
He believes additional reforms are possible with elderly prisoners who have served long sentences, as well as people convicted of crimes between the ages of 18 and their early 20s who have served a significant amount of time. Brett Pivito reporting.
Now, from the Associated Press, President Joe Biden Monday asked Congress to intervene and block a railroad strike before next month's deadline in these stalled contract talks. And House Speaker Pelosi said lawmakers would take up legislation this week to impose the deal that unions agreed to back in September. This is PNS.
Good morning. It's KCHW 102.7. Finally Tuesday, at least for me and my sister. That's right. It's Scott and Val. Good morning, Val.
Good morning, Scott.
How's things going? I missed you for Thanksgiving.
I know. It's so sad you weren't here.
Oh, man, it was tough. And you want to know the worst part of my story?
What? You didn't even get any turkey, did you?
That's right. I shared it with her. No turkey for Scott. So the kids got sick right before Thanksgiving. And, we don't have any family here except for ourselves, me and the kids. But we were doing a Friendsgiving because they have a couple couples they've made friends with. And everything got canceled. Spent the whole weekend. I even stood out on the side of the road with this sign that says, "I need turkey."
I thought that said you are a turkey.
I think that might be how it was taken.
Or I am
Pretty
a turkey,
sure.
something like that.
I'm a turkey. So, yeah, people just honked and waved, got a couple peace signs. I think they were peace signs.
Hopefully they were peace signs. Either that or they were telling you were number one.
Yeah. And you said it was a little light at your house over the Thanksgiving holiday.
Yeah, this is probably one of the smallest gatherings we've had. We had 10 people.
Wow.
So, yeah, but
you didn't even need to break out the kids' table, did you?
We didn't. Brad's like, man, we don't have to pull another table out of the basement and break our back in the process.
And bring all those chairs up.
Yes.
Oh, man. That's disappointing, though.
But, yeah, I mean, we would have done all that just to have you guys here.
Oh, all right. Well, I appreciate that. We were there in spirit, or at least I was. And what I've missed most now, I guess Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, was turkey sandwiches. I would have broken my diet to have a turkey sandwich.
Mm. Yeah, we did the turkey sandwich, and then Sunday I made turkey noodle soup. So.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah. And I think the comment was from my husband, boy, Scott would like this.
Oh, he knows me. He knows me. Oh, man. I hope everybody out there's Thanksgiving went well. Can I start off with some more of my stupid jokes? Just see if I can get you going this morning. Get you riled up at least. So my doctor called in test results yesterday, and I'm really upset. Turns out I'm not going to be a doctor. That's pretty bad, wasn't it?
That was a bad one.
Childproofed my house for Thanksgiving. Somehow they still got in. And then I had one for you, Val. You're not completely useless.
Oh, I'm not?
No, you can always serve as a bad example.
My life goal.
Oh, man. And then one for me. Never break someone's heart. They only have one. Break their bones instead because they have 206.
There you go. Just step on their foot and you take care of a lot at one time.
Yes. It's a little thing from the dark side. All right. Weather-wise this morning, not looking good for you at all.
It could be crazy, but here's the thing with the weather forecast.
Okay.
The other night they didn't mention anything about snow. Nothing. And we woke up and I think we ended up shoveling maybe 2 inches. And so now they're saying anywhere between 8 and 12, and we probably will get 2. So who knows? You got to be prepared, though.
Are you sure about that? I think you might get a little more. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I mean, if we really do get the storm like they're saying, and they're saying, 6 to 12 in our area, 8 to 12, I think, in Chihuahua, we'll probably get, 12 to 14. So,
Yes. Looking at the forecast, it looks over the next few days. So today you've got a 24% chance of snow. I'm saying generally cloudy today. Few flurries or snow showers are possible at 25% with a high of just 25. So what you get definitely sticking around. Down to 19 tonight with a 100% chance of snow. Expect 3 to 5 inches in Chihuahua. All right. Wednesday, 33 and 24. 100% chance of snow. Snow during the morning, give way to lingering snow showers throughout the day. Expect 3 inches in the daytime. At night, 50% chance of snow with only just an inch expected. Now, Thursday was supposed to be a big snow day. Now they're saying just a 25% chance of cooler temperatures, 30 and 12 for the high and low. 25% chance of snow on Friday, 24 and 18. Looking at your weekend right now, morning snow showers on Saturday, 28 and 16. And mostly cloudy on Sunday with a 25% chance of snow, 27 and 17. Looking ahead at the extended forecast, you have a chance of snow every day for the next 2 weeks.
well, we really do need, I mean, I know it's hard when you have to travel and all of that, but we have had such the last couple of years have been so dry that I am not going to complain at all about a big snow year. We need it.
Nice snowpack. And, they're looking ahead, too, on that forecast for the next 10 to 15 days. There is not a day over freezing. The highest temperature I see is 29 in the next 2 weeks. So enjoy tomorrow at 30. No, that's Thursday. and Wednesday and Thursday. Wednesday 33 and Thursday 30. Other than that, it's looking, I don't want to say grim, but, because like you said, it is a good thing. But it's looking like you're going to get hit hard. So
Yes, it does. So we'll see. We'll
all
see
right.
how it actually goes. But
according
the nice thing about being retired is I don't have to go anywhere tomorrow.
Exactly. Or for the people that so many of us now that work from home, it's like, hope I got enough groceries. All right. This is issued by the National Weather Service out of Spokane. Affected areas for this winter storm watch that we are under for the next few days. North Idaho, portions of northeast and southeast Washington. Winter storm watch remains in effect from late this evening through late Wednesday night. Heavy snow is possible north of Spokane. Total accumulations between 10 and 16 inches is what the local weather service is saying. South of Spokane, they're saying 5 to 9 inches. East of SR 195, including US 95 in Idaho, 4 to 7 inches. Portions of North Idaho, portions of northeast and southeast Washington. It also says from late this evening through late Wednesday night again. I don't know why that went in there twice, but it confused me. It says for impacts, travel could be difficult to impossible in certain areas. I've never seen impossible.
Possible. I've never seen impossible either.
Wow.
You might have a whole list of school closures to mention tomorrow morning.
We just might. Wednesday morning and evening commutes will be highly impacted. They say additional details here. Occasional light snow will fall during the day ahead of heavy snow that will arrive tonight and into Wednesday. It says monitor your local forecasts for updates on the situation, but they're calling it a major storm, a major winter storm firing up.
So our plans for tomorrow, I mean, Brad will have to definitely plow at least once. But in between, our plan is, now I should cross my fingers as long as we don't lose power or internet, we're going to watch The Christmas Story tomorrow. And, have a hot beverage and maybe some popcorn.
All right.
So, yeah.
Have you downloaded that Polar Express yet that you said you'd never seen last week?
No, that's the other one that we need to watch. So
that is one of the best holiday movies ever. And you said you got a free new 75-inch TV. I would watch it on that because it does have a little bit of some of the cinematography with the train going up and down mountains gives you the IMAX feel. Like it'll actually kind of make your stomach roll. It's pretty cool.
Oh, that's awesome. I used to have to close my eyes. Remember when you went to the theaters there for a while? They would have like the roller coaster with the candy on it and stuff that would go at the
Oh, I
very
love that.
beginning.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'd have to close my eyes. It made me queasy.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's the same thing as the train. Exactly the same thing as the train and Polar Express. So
No.
the kids used to love
So,
it. I'd put it up on the big screen and with the projector. And yeah, it was like an annual holiday event when the kids were little.
no, back
And I
way
didn't
back
lock them
when.
out of the house. All right.
Oh,
All right, let's take a look at a few events. New health Medicare open enrollment going on this Thursday from 9 to 2. Also on Thursday, it will be a first Thursday art walk from 5 to 8. Going to be pretty with all the snow.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then on this Saturday from 10 to 3, it's shopping in downtown Chihuahua, the annual event, City Sidewalks. And it's going to be snowing then, too. So this is going to be a beautiful, at least pre-Christmas. I won't jinx anything because usually for the past few years, it seems like we don't have much snow on Christmas itself. So get out and enjoy it. It's going to be really pretty downtown. And, of course, Christmas music will be going and it just kind of adds to everything.
That's right. And you can sing I'm dreaming.
All right. Don't start, Val.
I've been listening to Christmas music though for several days.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
We've got it going too. I thanked her last week. Diane Evans sold us out of musical Christmas cards. So if you're hearing them on the radio now, they started on Black Friday and they'll run through Christmas Eve. If you're thinking, oh, I want to get one of those, those are available on a limited basis, and we are full up through the holidays. So big thank you to Diane for selling all those. And, they are a donation. I shouldn't use the word sell because those funds go directly to paying our 2023 music licensing fees, which total a little over $4,000. So that gave us a good jump on it. Thank you, Diane.
And thank you to everyone who purchased one of those.
Exactly. That's why we have you here, Val. Couple side notes here. This is from our local hospital. They're having a silent auction. This is going on at the Chihuahua branch of the Washington Federal Bank. Providence St. Joseph Hospital Guild back in action, raising funds for 3 local health occupation scholarships. Check out the silent auction items at the Chihuahua branch of the Washington Federal Bank lobby between the 29th, which is today, and December 13th. On the 13th, that auction will close at 10:45. On the 13th, and of course the highest bids will win the prizes. Generous support goes toward both a 2-year renewable Jenkins High School graduate scholarship and an annual EMS training scholarship. These are good things. Throughout COVID, St. Joe's has continued to support local health occupations education and awarded $7,500 in scholarships. Providence St. Joseph Guild is a community supporting our community. There you go. All right, had one more from my buddy Joe Wilzinski, letting us know about a ski movie about women. And this is called She Jumps. This is an indie movie going on at the Chihuahua Center for the Arts. Afterwards, after the screening, the group's heading over to the Quartzsite Brewery. Why they put that in there?
You've got to have some sort of tease or, added incentive.
That's one of a Will Ferrell's movie where the guy says, Papa liked to ski and Papa liked to drink, but most of all, Papa liked to ski and drink. All right. It is a free event with a suggested $10 donation that will go to She Jumps, a nonprofit organization. So, and it's sponsored by our local ski hill because it's about skiing. So there you go. Very cool stuff. All right, I think that is all I have for events. News, I'm really kind of surprised at the lack of the news after the holiday. You usually expect a bunch of stuff to come pouring out, and it really didn't. I mean, over the holiday weekend, I just kind of kept catching the protests going on in Iran and China.
Big news, I think, especially, you look at the political atmosphere in China, and the protests are so huge that they're calling for the impeachment, or not, I shouldn't say impeachment. They're calling for the president to step down.
And this
So
same
pretty
thing in
wild that
Iran.
that's not like here in the United States, when you can openly protest as long as you're not, committing violence. But there, I mean, you protest and you could, disappear forever.
Hmm.
And to see how they're willing to do that despite all of that just to affect change in their country is amazing.
Just risking their lives.
Hmm.
And, that's two countries where you can go, it's about time. I don't want to see people die and people get hurt, but two countries that really need to change their governments, and the people in those countries obviously know. Now, I would like to see added to the fold of this Russia. Wake up.
For sure.
Wake up. Why, I know they had a little bit of that kind of stuff and they tried to stomp it out quickly, but get your president to step down. End this torture of the Ukrainian people. They have obliterated. How will they ever come back? Their country is I mean, when you watch the pictures, it's horrific. It's apocalyptic. There's nothing left. I don't know how these people are surviving. Wow. And I know there's the threat of nuclear war, but I've actually thought, oh no, we shouldn't get involved. We shouldn't send NATO forces in there. But this is ridiculous, and it's gone on too long. I really, I get the threat of nuclear war, but me personally, I think, NATO nations need to step in and say, no, you've got 5 days to pull out, and then we're coming at you with everything. Nothing from Russia will cross the border, period.
And you look at, like you said, it's just apocalyptic the way it looks in Ukraine. Well, now, I mean, they are in the depths of winter, and people are freezing to death because there's no power. There's no safe place to live. So it's just horrific.
And most Americans have become apathetic to what's going on there. It's like, it's old news.
And that's what's really hard. I mean, we were all glued to the TV when it first started happening.
Now we're apathetic. Yeah. We forgot about it. And then you've got the fake news people that will roll out things like it's not real. We shouldn't do anything. It's on them. And all the excuses that you hear from the fake news department. But this is a horrible tragedy put upon people. And just imagine yourself sitting in Deer Park. No lights, no heat. What would you do? And there's a hole in the side of the building you live in.
and no source of information, right?
Internet's sketchy, power is sketchy. Every time they get it up, the Russians try to blow something up. This is a horrible, horrible thing going on. And the fact that so many people have stayed there is amazing. I mean, the country looks, when you see the pictures on the news, like it needs to be abandoned.
Yes.
I mean, it looks that bad. Scary. Strong people, though.
Oh, definitely. But, I would hope we would be the same if our country was under attack. Just the resilience, the determination, the perseverance, all of that, perseverance. So, yeah.
And it kind of depends on the situation, too, because remember the earthquakes in California, and all it turned into was looting and rioting. And then when the towers came down, everybody banded together. I mean, it was a total difference in scenarios, and maybe it's the difference between the West Coast and the East Coast. I don't know, but I was dumbfounded by both of those, the difference in Americans' behavior. I think when you tragedy.
When you have a non-political threat, a common enemy across party lines and all of that, I think that's when you see people come together. I think right now, even when we have, there's no common enemy at this point, I guess I should say, because it's so divided in our country. But yeah, in that situation, politics are definitely not what they were back then. So there was that too. But yeah, we had a common foreign enemy, and that really brought the country together for a limited amount of time.
Yeah. I was so proud of the fishermen. It got some press, but it didn't get a lot. But I was amazed at some 250 fishing boats that just set launch and went right into it to get people off Manhattan Island. Mm-hmm. Pretty amazing.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
it's too bad we can't find something that's not tragic to stir that kind of camaraderie and getting along today, and a different kind of pride in our country. Because I'm confused by some Americans' pride when they drive a pickup truck with giant flags flying off it, but then they condemn the government asking you to get a vaccine. It's like, okay, you're flying flags, you think America's great, but you think the government's trying to get you around every corner, and that part of the government stealing kids and their adrenaline, and it's all kind of whacked out. People gone crazy.
And we have some friends. I guess I'm just going to go off how political our atmosphere is right now. We have some friends that did a family gingerbread building contest. So they had couples get together. The couples worked on their gingerbread houses, and then one other couple came in and judged them, picked the winner. Okay, so that's a background in that situation. But then almost every one of the gingerbread houses were political in some way. And I was like,
you put a flag on your gingerbread house, huh?
Way to show the spirit of the season. And not just a flag flying in the front of their gingerbread house. It was definitely way more political than that. And it just kind of blew my mind. It was like, yeah, I mean, at least the family, I think, is all on the same page in their political beliefs. But at the same time, I was like, how is this? I don't know. It was just kind of blew my mind.
I think and again, just my opinion, but I think if Trump fails to get the nomination for 2024, or ends up in so much legal trouble that he's convicted of a felony and can't run for office or something like that, and we put this fake news of election fraud behind us, because we've been having elections in America for a really long time, and they've been okay. If we can put that all behind us, and that kind of negativity that came with his presidency, I have a hope that things can mellow out, between the different political parties. Would you have a cat fly in front of your eyes? I saw you jump.
Yeah, she is like chewing.
I hear it.
Yeah. She was chewing on the camera, and now she just knocks stuff down. So, yeah, that's what you get with a 3-month-old kitten when she decides to join the morning show. So.
I had a boss one time at a radio station. I worked graveyards when I first started out, and she always brought her dog to work. And I asked her, I said, can I bring my cat to work with me at night? And she said, sure. And it was such a bad idea because it was the very first night. And it's back when I'm old, so I was spinning the stacks of wax, And I've got a turntable, off to my left, and I'm doing my talk, and I'm about to hit the start on the turntable and walk up the ramp of the song. And out of the corner of my eye, after I hit the start on the record, I can see the cat sitting beside the turntable with her head going around in a circle. And you knew what was next, and pretty soon that needle right across the album. And that song was done. And probably the album, too.
I was going to say, yeah, back when that would have destroyed the whole album.
Yes. So, thank you.
Yeah. So, yeah, just having a 3-month-old kitten in the house, dealing with the whole Christmas tree thing. Yeah, so it's been interesting.
Yeah. All right. The fentanyl thing, we know it's a big problem. We hear about it all the time. We heard about worrying about kids getting their hands on them on the Halloween because now they have them in new fancy colored tablets. Since I'm not a drug addict and into that kind of stuff, I haven't paid that much attention to it because it hasn't affected my life in any way. But I was reading a story about LA streets and how bad it's become. And how that overdoses, deaths from overdoses have seen a 56% increase from April 2020 to March of 2021.
Wow.
I mean, that's huge. Leading cause of death in L.A., more than 700 people. And I didn't know this about it. I knew it was small doses were lethal, and I knew it was highly addictive. 50 times more potent than heroin.
Wow. And I don't understand the whole lacing the fentanyl with stuff either. So are you purposely trying to kill off your clientele? I mean, that just doesn't make sense to me.
Maybe they're mixing it in other ways, trying to hide it.
Hide it or, kind of extend your quantity. So, put something else in it instead of being, I don't know. Instead of having so many grams, you have so much more because you've laced it with something. I don't know. It's just crazy to me. It doesn't make sense.
107,000 deaths. That's not just overdoses. That's overdose deaths in 2021 across America from the U.S. Centers of Disease Control and Prevention. And this was invented for cancer patients. So now I'm not sure if they figured out, since it's synthetic, how to make it off street, or is this like the OxyContins and stuff? Is this the fault of the medical community? Pfizer and Moderna and all the other companies that make these drugs overproducing, so it gets into public. I don't have enough education there.
I don't either
to call it or not, but obviously out of control and very, very scary stuff.
Yes, and they were talking about they're making them look like candy. And so I just heard in the last couple days of an infant dying because they thought it was, not an infant, but like a toddler, because they thought it was candy.
Wow. What are mom and dad doing, right?
Right.
All right. Something I never heard of before. Hawaii has one of their volcanoes erupting, and I don't know if you caught some of the pictures of this, Mauna Loa, and they're warning people of Pele's hair. What is it and why is it not Pele like the soccer player. That's what I wanted to say it, but it's actually Pele. Pele. That's what I'm going to say. Pele's hair. And it is basically strings of glass that form from the volcanic eruption and then land on the ground. They look like hair. You'll find piles, they say, of long hair-like fibers near the volcanic summits in Hawaii. The fibers resemble golden mats of hair, the Park Service says, and it's caused when bubbles of gas near the surface of the lava will burst. It can stretch the skin of a molten lava piece into long threads. Strands of Pele's hair, I'm going to keep saying it the wrong way, can stretch up to 2 feet in length but are less than a micron, which is 0.001 millimeters wide, light enough to be picked up and carried by the air, easy to break into pieces, which cause slivers, which get in your eyes and skin.
Oh, geez.
So you thought volcanic ash was bad? Remember when Mount St. Helens went off and you weren't supposed to breathe the dust? This is much worse. So I'm going to try to say this. Pele is short for Pelea Hana Mana Mia.
There you go. I always said Pele for the volcano, and maybe it's the goddess that's associated with that volcano, but I always thought it was Pele.
And they say that for short, but it's Pelea Hana Mana Mia, a native Hawaiian deity of fire and volcanoes. So you are right on target, smart girl. Right.
Just been pronouncing it wrong, that's all.
That's right. And according to legend, she dwells at the summit of Kalaau on Hawaii.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Probably
so
mispronouncing
supposedly
all that.
she created the Hawaiian Islands. I mean, that was what she was associated with, volcanoes and fire and the creator of the islands.
Yep. She said to travel the islands appearing to people as a beautiful young woman or as an old woman, and sometimes accompanied by a white dog.
All
right.
Okay.
All right. Oh, I want to read it. There's part of me that wants to read it because it's quotes, but it just sounds so horrendous. But another news story caught my eye today. IRS has put a $75 million hold on Kanye West's accounts because he owes $50 million in back taxes. And he was on a podcast and he asked his CFO, could this mean I could be arrested for tax evasion? Yep.
Man,
How do you get so rich? And he even said, I know nothing about finance. He even said this on the pod. How could you get that rich and know nothing about your money and what happens to it and how to pay taxes and that you have to pay taxes?
I think he's certifiable. I really do believe that. He has a serious mental illness. When you are a person of color and spout off about people of color, hang out with a white supremacist, something's wrong. Do you not look in the mirror and see that you're a person of color? I don't understand.
There's a Dave Chappelle does a great skit on that about a blind black man who doesn't know he's black, and it's the same kind of thing. Huh. All right. He also said he is running for president again. So, and he has some paperwork to do.
Oh, all right. Man, our whole lineup of potential candidates is just going to be spectacular.
I was just kind of depressed after the holiday that there wasn't a bunch more news of things Trump, Kanye, and Elon said. The biggest one, the only one that was actually out there trying to get attention over the holiday was Elon in a ton of different stories. Let's see, I gotta get to the first one. I'm having a hard time, so bear with me. Because I think there were... Oh, by the way, new seaweed found on the ocean floor at 100 meters below the surface of the Antarctic Ocean that they've never seen before. And they sent a robot down there to get a few pieces of it. And it's red seaweed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That's kind of cool, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sure. All right.
Yeah, I think it's great. So eventually they will find Sasquatch.
Yes, I think so. But probably not on the ocean floor, Val.
No, but I'm just saying, if you find species of anything that you never knew existed,
that's true.
I mean, it's a possibility.
Well, we might need that food to be able to, we run out of food, we go down to the ocean and get some. And that brings to the whole Soylent Green movie, because they had Soylent Yellow, and then they had Soylent Red. That could be the seaweed. And then they came up with the new Soylent Green in the movie, but nobody knew what the Soylent Green was. Was it algae? What was it? Turns out what, Val?
I've never seen the movie.
Oh my God, you've never seen Charlton Heston's Soylent Green?
No.
Cult classic.
Okay.
I did show off my box of Soylent Green crackers, right?
You have, but I've never seen the movie. I don't know what the reference is. I'm so sorry.
Well, all right. So, and this was even done in The Simpsons, in an episode of The Simpsons. Bart Simpson goes into the future to watch Rocky 28. And he's standing at the counter, and all that's in the counter to eat for candy is Soylent Yellow, Soylent Red, and Soylent Green. And here you go, Charlton Heston from the movie from, I believe it's 1972, that is actually set in 2022. Here's Charlton Heston.
Soylent Green is people!
Oh, no.
And that's what the red seaweed brought to mind for Scott, because he's weird. All right. Elon Musk over the holiday weekend battling for what he says is free speech as he attacks Apple tirelessly over and over and over, calling out their CEOs in tweets. He's saying Apple must not believe in free speech because they've stopped advertising on Twitter.
I just don't want to be associated with crazy.
Exactly. And that's what, I mean, Twitter members went after him in full force with tons of comments, basically circling around free speech. And it says, well, if it's American, it's free speech. Isn't it that company's right to say, we don't like your free speech?
Exactly.
Aren't they permitted to do that? It's ridiculousness in full force.
Especially if somebody could impersonate Apple, because the verified check mark means nothing anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So would you want to open yourself up to having somebody impersonate you and put out false information? So, yeah, he is an interesting fella. Another one that's certifiable, I think.
Well, there is a group, and I read this story too, of tech industrialists that are going after Twitter and trying to bring it down, convince people to stop advertising. Of their annual $5.1 billion they make, they said 4.6 of that billion is from advertising. And with big ones leaving, like Apple, GM, VW, definitely going to take a hit to them. It's kind of funny, too, that the car companies, maybe they're jealous about Tesla cars or something, but it seems funny that all the car companies are bailing on Twitter, too. Mildly amusing.
Yeah. Yeah, very interesting.
So then over the weekend, he must have been alone like me for Thanksgiving and not had any turkey because he posted a picture of his bed, his bedside nightstand. And what was on it? A Diet Coke, a little painting of George Washington, and 2 guns.
Alrighty then.
Why are you not supposed to? You're not supposed to post pictures of your guns online. That's just a bad idea. But
Well, look at how many politicians during the midterms, their political ads showed them with firearms. So, yeah.
the sad thing is,
Interesting, too.
no one sent out an alert to local authorities to watch that this guy should be on a watch list.
Yeah, no
Let's put
kidding.
this guy in this. No one even worried about possible suicide or anything like that. No one's reached out to help him. Oh, look, he's got guns. Good.
Oh, good. Not
Sorry,
only one,
that's
but
wrong.
two.
That was really
Two of
wrong.
them. Yeah.
And then in the
Yeah.
tacky side, he did a little Twitter video of, by the way, any journalists that were what he called woke journalists
Mm-hmm.
that were supporting of anybody and whatever they want to be, he fired them. And then he opened up a closet and showed a bunch of woke T-shirts with the hashtag on them. What is it? Hashtag Stay Woke. And made jokes about how this was a secret closet and they were getting rid of the stash of woke T-shirts. He's turned. I used to be impressed by what he had created, and now I'm just horrified by the man. the more that comes out.
I agree. He was on Saturday Night Live. It might have been a couple years ago already. And I was like, well, it kind of made him human. I thought, well, maybe he's not so bad after watching that. And now he's just gotten crazier and crazier.
It was a good episode of Saturday Night Live. It was a little clunky, but it was fun to watch somebody who admittedly has a disability.
And he made fun of himself
Yep.
and all of that. So yeah, I was like, oh,
And
yeah,
blew kisses to his mommy and all that stuff.
exactly. But then it's like, oh, what has happened in the meantime?
Fentanyl?
Big dose of crazy?
Don't take the colored pills, Elon. All
Oh.
right. Moving on. Avian flu. We heard about it before Thanksgiving. We've been warned maybe a shortage of turkeys and stuff. They think the outbreak is waning down, but we lost 50.5 million birds, chickens and
Oh
turkeys.
my gosh. Oh my
50
gosh.
million birds, chickens and turkeys, have been put down because of this. Surpassed a previous high
Look
that
at
was
this.
set.
Sorry, there's my little monster this morning.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
been everywhere.
Yeah.
She's hard. I don't know. The camera doesn't like to pick her up for some reason. Oh, there she is.
Oh, yeah, just got to get her centered. Huh.
Yeah, there you go.
She
Anyway,
looks like she's
sorry.
going to take something out. I hope it's not me.
I hope
right.
not. Yeah, she's she's going to the VET this morning. So, yeah, so I'm sure at some point right before Brad needs to leave to take her, she's going to disappear into the deep dark regions of the house. Anyway, sorry.
I think
for
we
the-
should have, you do that fairly often. You see one of your cats end up on the camera. I think I should have, cat time music, and you could just like model your cat.
There you go.
All right.
Look at how beautiful she is today.
You posted some pictures of her online, and a lot of people were commenting on your Facebook page. Her colors are truly amazing. What a beautiful cat.
She's like this, like they stuck different pieces of an orange tabby and a gray tabby together. Because she'll have just a spot of orange tabby, like in odd places on her body. So
Pretty cool.
So, yeah, she's beautiful. But anyway, I'm sorry. It's like a cat. I'm now distracted.
She likes cats. Oh, here's a scary one and a brave, for my last news story, a brave 12-year-old boy. So he was at a birthday party. It doesn't say, I don't think it was his birthday. and his dad asked him if he wanted to go to the playground and throw the football around. Parents are divorced. He got in the car with his dad. They never said goodbye to anybody, or he never said goodbye or told anybody they were leaving. So they just kind of disappeared from this party. And he knew things were going south when they got into the car and took off. And his dad put on a football helmet while driving.
Oh, that would be a clue that something's
and
not good.
Said they were going to Las Vegas. At that point, the child was actually able to dial 911 and ask authorities for help. That's so sad for the child, having your dad wig out like that. But
I was going to say, obviously, a mental break there.
Yeah. He actually, in one of the quotes, said he was surprised that he was letting him talk. Police were able to get the father on the phone, who was unresponsive to their questions. He just kept praying about the end of the world, said one of the dispatchers that were taking the call. But they got the boy safe and the dad getting help.
Good.
So,
happy ending.
Happy ending to that. But what a brave boy. How hard would that be? I've called the cops on you before, but you're just my sister.
Yeah. Not a parent. You did call like the hospital that time. I was wearing the tinfoil hat.
I did. Yeah. All right. So have you heard of they're called bath beads?
Yes.
And you put them in the water and they swell up. So new warning going out for those. A 10-month-old baby swallowed one that was crawling on the floor. And 3 surgeries. So they kind of put on a warning on those. Dangerous. You might buy them for your other kids that are older, but they're dangerous to have around the house. These people had a couple toddlers, so they've torn their whole house apart, worried that there might be more on the floor or something like that. And I guess they get inside the digestive system and then they swell up. And they're married out of. I mean, this baby's. They've been having to do all sorts of things because it just totally plugged up her gastrointestinal thing. 3 surgeries. They've had to try and prevent blood clots. Really scary stuff. So if you've got those around the house, throw them out. Find a different toy. Not that hard. Find a different toy.
Who bathes anymore either? Anyway, there's showers.
Yeah, well, kids, they like to play in the bathtub.
That's true.
I still like to play in the bathtub. I was thinking for my hot tub, I remember when I was a kid, one of my favorite things, you might remember them from the swimming pool, the motorized boats I had. They weren't remote control, but you just put a battery in them and they drive all over the pool and just keep going. I think I want to get some for my hot tub so I can play in the hot tub.
Oh, there you go. Some people use rubber duckies. He wants little motorized, little motorized boats.
Yes, from the 70s. Hold on.
Attention, idiots!
So my mother-in-law must be friends with you on Facebook.
I think she did send me a like once, and I accepted it. Because she's commented on my stuff before.
Yeah, so it was funny. She goes, "Did you see your brother's igloo he built over the top of his hot tub?" And I'm like, I haven't looked at those pictures yet. So she was so funny. I'm like, yeah, it's an inflatable hot tub. How does he not pop it? She was just...
Well, I don't get into it with shoes. I don't smoke while I'm inside of it. I've had them before. Yeah. They're very. And one time I had the cat jump on it, which really, really scared me. But it didn't pop it. I was totally impressed. It's kind of like the heavier rubber vinyl. Mm-hmm. Not that you couldn't pop it. I mean, you could totally pop it. But I might need a co-pilot for my. And actually, you need to go on my website and look at it. Maybe when we come back from break, I can pull it up and show some pictures. It's an ice house where she it looks like kind of like an igloo. To me, it looks more like a 70s Moonlander. And it's meant to be a portable ice house. It's basically an insulated tent, but they made it look like a rocket capsule with funky little windows in it. And it really feels like you're in a rocket capsule when you're inside of it. And I bet astronauts would be jealous to have a hot tub in the spaceship. So.
I'm feeling like I'm a bad sister, though, when my mother-in-law knows more about you than I do.
Do you think she might be stalking me?
She might be.
Because I've got like 2 guy stalkers, but I'd really like to have a female stalker because that creeps me out.
Even if she is 80. Huh?
Yeah, yeah. I almost this morning. I just didn't have time to get it ready. So you have you get a new phone, and one of the things the new phone doesn't transfer is your blocked numbers. So I have a former person that I thought was my friend, and then was very sabotaging. And I disowned him, but that made him go nuts for me. And every time I break my phone and get a new phone, I forget to reblock that number, and I'll start. So he must constantly text me, and I just don't get him.
Oh,
So
that's scary.
yeah, so I broke my phone and started getting texts from him again, and told him a few colorful names that I thought he was, and reblocked him. And then I broke my phone again and got another phone just weeks ago, and it happened again. So I blocked him again. He actually went through, this is spooky, folks. I mean, there's all sorts of cyberbullying and stalking, and this is just like, it's a harassment. I don't think he wants to date me or anything. But he went through the trouble to get like a fake number, like a Google number, so my phone wouldn't know it. And then I thought I was being like, having my identity stolen because I responded to a text. When I first got here, I'd been on a couple dating sites, and it almost read like it was somebody from a dating site. And then I started getting these weird texts. And then I started getting text after text of former places I lived, which was creepy.
Ooh.
So obviously they've paid some money and done a background check on me. And then it resorted to, so I suppose he might have Google Earthed some of the places I lived and saw that they were mobile homes. So then he started calling me trailer trash and all this kind of stuff. And I played with for a while and insulted him, and then just blocked the new phone number. But how creepy is that?
That's some serious, seems to be a theme this morning, mental health issue.
Yeah.
But that is to hold on to that anger for so long that he is obviously texting you daily to see if his number's still blocked, and then to go out of his way to get a fake number to engage you again.
And I don't know what to do about it. How do you do like a restraining order on something like that? Is he crazy enough where he'd come to Maine and kill me?
Yeah.
So if I disappear, you know what happens, and you know who it is. I've told you. So,
yeah.
But extra creepy. And I guess it's because I got a mouth and a microphone, so automatically you're a target. But yeah, it's actually creepy, and I find it extra creepy to be stalked by guys. There's another person in the community that for some reason is so obsessed with me, and there was a new one that one of the board members told me, actually will go around town spreading lies about me, and I don't even live there anymore.
Wow.
So this is for both of them.
The ugly people know who they are.
You know what's scary, though, is the crazy people don't seem to know that.
No, they don't seem to get it at all.
Me crazy? I don't know who you're talking about.
Would you just stop? I'm really not that big a deal.
It's interesting and creepy and scary all at the same time.
It is. And I have literally been putting up with this for 5 years.
Wow.
5 years from a couple local people in our community. It's kind of creepy. All right, let's move on to something funner.
Let's do it.
All right, let's do some brother-sister trivia.
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
And I'll just say now, my sister's always been the smart one.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
I used to say when I was younger, if I had Val's brains and my looks, I could go somewhere. Now it's if I had Val's brains and looks, I could go somewhere.
Like to Portland, Maine?
Sure. Oh, that far. That's right. Thanks a lot for that. All right. So it is KCHW Chihuahua. And Val, why don't you deliver trivia for me from yesterday, and I'll hit you with today's, all right?
All right. So you start because I need to get to yesterday's.
Okay. No, you're going to today's. So
I'm going today's.
Yeah, you got
okay.
today's. So easy.
All right. Well, then I can do that.
I was being nice so you wouldn't have to switch pages or anything like that.
All right. So here we are today. Trivia for Scott. In a survey, 85% of men said that they don't use what clothing feature? And it's a feature specific to men. I'll give you a hint in that way. This is surprising to me, I guess.
Cufflinks?
Nope, not cufflinks.
Clothing features specific to men.
I think the
85% don't use it?
Yeah, 85% do not use it.
The built-in buttons for suspenders.
Nope. This is more something that would be universally worn by men.
The fly.
Every man,
I was talking about this the other day on the radio. The fly in the underwear.
Correct. Yes, you got it. Yeah. But I think some of the newer boxer briefs and stuff don't even have that.
No, they've taken that out of most underwear.
Yeah. Very interesting.
Yeah. It's save on stitching, I guess. All right.
There you go.
Should I model them on the camera?
Well, why not?
Oh, yeah. Hey, you're supposed to say no.
Because then you'll have some horse stalkers.
Oh, baby. All right. While more than 3,500 Americans have received this award, only one woman has. And I'm going to give you a big hint. It is a military award.
The Medal of Honor?
Yes.
All right. That was a big hint. I would have never got it otherwise.
All right. Go ahead.
In 1984, Japanese manufacturing company Toyo Kogyo changed its name and announced plans to begin building some of its products in the U.S. So in 1984, they changed their name. What did the company change its name to?
Nissan.
Oh, so close. You're on the right track. You're right there. It's another car manufacturer, because I'm going to give you that Nissan is a huge, you're so hot.
Wow.
And I guess maybe part of it is I did not realize that this car company was a Japanese car company.
Oh.
So I guess.
So that's going to toss out Honda and Toyota, right?
Correct.
Can you give me the number of letters in the car company's name?
5. I wouldn't have got this one either, just because I didn't put it together.
Can you tell me what the last letter is?
An A.
An A.
Yeah. 5 letters, last letter is an A.
I don't think they're a Japanese car company, but I'll go with Mazda.
It is.
It is
Mazda.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I said that's why I wouldn't have gotten it. It's just because I did not know Mazda was a Japanese.
And that's really strange because Mazda cars are notoriously awful.
The Japanese generally do better.
Yes. I mean, look at Honda, Toyota. Not to offend some of my friends that drive Nissans, but I've seen too many with bad engines. But yeah, I wouldn't have guessed that for the Mazda because they just don't last very long. Huh.
I've
Okay.
never owned a Mazda, so I don't know.
Your daughter brings home her new boyfriend, who's an onychophagic, which is ONYCHO and then PHAGIC. What's his deal?
What's his deal?
This would kind of be a habit problem.
Oh.
Something he does that, it's not the cleanest thing to do.
Oh, is he a nose picker?
Oh, you're really close. I mean, it's happening right there in that area.
In that face
Yeah.
area?
Yeah.
Picks his teeth?
Well, it involves two parts of his body.
Two parts of his body.
So,
it's right here.
But it's happening right here. But he's got to
So-
do it with his hand. And it's not picking his nose.
Obsessively picking at his ears.
No, sir.
Rubbing his eyes.
So you could actually, some people have gotten worms by doing this kind of stuff and other ailments.
Oh, goodness. It involves two parts, gotten worms.
It's happening in the face area. So I'm going to
Right.
go ahead and give you the mouth. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's he putting in his mouth, huh?
Yeah.
Eating raw food.
He's kind of like doing a grooming thing at the same time, but it's a gross way to do it.
Eating the stuff that's fallen in his mustache.
No, he's habitually biting his fingernails.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's kind of
Okay.
disgusting, isn't it?
Brad used to have a really bad fingernail biting problem, but he's kind of outgrown that.
Really?
Yeah. It was a nervous habit. So, yeah.
I would have
He
never
doesn't-
guessed him to have something like that.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So,
All right. I know
interesting.
That's something new to tease him about. That's pretty cool. Thank you.
Uh,
Especially from far away because he's big.
he can't get to you.
That's right.
I got one for you now.
Okay.
What will you find only in Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, Nevada, Utah, Colorado, Arizona, and New Mexico? I will give you a hint.
I was going to say rednecks.
Well, I'll give you a hint. Draw a line straight from Idaho down to New Mexico.
Down to New Mexico.
Or
It's geography.
from
It's
New
Rocky
Mexico.
Mountains.
There you go.
Ah, woo, 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 woo. Woo, woo. Rocky Mountains.
Good one.
All right.
Good one. Good
All
one.
right. Very cool. All right. Let's see. What's in common? I'm going to give you three things. You tell me what's in common with them, all right?
All right.
First one, the 1930s, a sad person, and a dented car.
The Depression?
Yes! Oh, that's why you're the smart one. Wendy's, Taco Bell, Burger King. If you don't get this, you're not the smart one.
Fast food.
Oh, this is a tough one. Jelly donuts, water balloons, and prescriptions.
Ooh. Jelly donuts. Prescriptions. And what was the other one?
Water balloons.
Water balloons.
It's a tough one.
Yeah, that's
The same thing happens to all of them.
goodness.
Things that are
Things that are taken orally, except for the water balloon. You're gonna have to tell me.
that just sounds wrong. Why do I do the show with her? Things that are filled. Jelly donuts, water balloons, prescriptions.
Oh, I
All
wouldn't
right.
have gotten that one.
Last one.
Oh, and we've got Becky on, and she got it. Becky said
Things that
they
are filled. Good job, Becky.
Good job, Becky.
All right.
And
Whoop, whoop.
Marion had said hello to us and good morning to us earlier.
Good
too,
morning,
so I
Marion.
thought, yeah. Becky, I should have looked at Facebook sooner.
All right, maybe she can help you cheat with this one. A beehive, a chessboard, New York City.
A beehive, a chessboard, New York City.
They all have one of these.
Okay. Oh, come on, Becky. New York City, a chessboard, and what was the other one?
A beehive.
A beehive. I'm thinking like honeycombs but let's see, chessboard, square.
It's something in all of them.
Yeah, there's I just about got it. It's right there on the tip of my brain. They have gosh, it's that I know the word, it's just not coming to me.
I don't think you do.
I think I do. I just about spit it out and then it went away.
Oh man.
Just tell me already.
All right. It's queens.
Oh.
Like a queen bee, a queen bee, a queen on a chessboard, and then queens in New York, not queens that are people.
Right. Well, at least I'm glad Becky didn't know that one either.
She didn't. I should have played this for you.
Crickets.
All right. What else you got for me?
Spy the lie.
Okay.
Around 29,000 people work at the Pentagon. That's number one. Number two, in a survey, men prefer bedrooms to be painted white. Or three, dragonflies can move at speeds approaching 100 miles per hour.
I'm going to say dragonflies is the lie.
You were very right today. Yeah. So the truth, 29,000 people work at the Pentagon and men prefer white bedrooms.
And I know they don't fly at 100 miles an hour because my cat can catch them. She thinks they are a tasty treat.
Treat?
Yes.
Oh.
All right. Keep going. I'm out.
Okay. Answer wrong and win today. This is the final one.
Ooh, final one.
Ooh. Name a creature that lives in the dirt.
Donald Trump.
That's where my brain went to. Oh my gosh, we're siblings.
Sorry.
We're siblings.
Sorry. Not sorry.
How many donuts are in a dozen?
How many donuts are in a dozen? And I have to answer wrong. That's so hard. I can't even come up with anything clever for that.
Not enough?
Not enough. Thank you. Thank you. That's excellent. Not enough.
What color is the penny?
Wow. You got a good one for that?
She's a redhead.
She's a redhead.
What color is the penny?
Oh, Penny. Yeah, she's a redhead. Thank you, Val. Excellent joke. Whoop. Huh.
I do better when you're supposed to be answering.
Yeah. It's easier, I think, when you ask it. Okay.
Yeah. Name the physical feature Dolly Parton is famous for.
Those giant feet. She's got really big feet.
You have to hold up the rest of it so she
That's
doesn't
right.
tip over.
They're so big they won't even fit in her bra.
Oh.
All right, we're going to go to break. We really need to go to break. It is KCHW Chihuahua, and the whole fingernail thing really grossed me out. And then you telling me that you know, your significant other used to chew his fingernails. And while you were talking, I was able to come up with this. It's great. We go out with this announcement.
Everyone has fingernails and everyone wants cash. So send us all your fingernails and we'll send you some cash. Fingernailsforcash.com. Fingernails for cash. Remember, it's just fingernails, so don't expect much cash. Fingernailsforcash.com. Our service never fails. Just take the cash and don't ask why we want your fingernails, 'cause we might be building a fort with them.
Fingernailsforcash.com. You get the cash, we get to build a fort with your fingernails.
We'll be back. Stand by. It's KCHW Chihuahua.
You're listening to 102.7 KCHW, Chewelah.
For the Daily Yonder and Public News Service, this is the news from rural America. A water war is brewing in southwest Utah. Backers of a proposed pipeline want to pump groundwater across 2 counties to supply drinking water to Cedar City. Rancher Mark Winch fears the project could render his land in Beaver County useless if the pipeline draws down as much water as already projected.
The stream's depleted, then I'll lose crop ground, I'll lose power, I'll lose everything.
In addition to ranch owners, native tribes see the project as a threat to their water and ancestral homelands. In response to fears that Cedar City has already overpumped its own aquifer, Paul Monroe with the Central Iron County Water Conservancy District maintains there are built-in protections.
If it looks like we are negatively impacting that aquifer and it's not responding the way that we anticipate, then there are triggers and impacts that take place.
Local economies built on fossil fuels like coal face an especially daunting challenge transitioning to renewable energy. Tax credits within the Inflation Reduction Act may help. Anya Slepian has more.
Federal subsidies for local solar projects, from residential installations to utility-scale solar farms, help solve the chicken and egg problem for solar developers, says Autumn Long, who works with the environmental nonprofit Appalachian Voices.
To create that flow of new jobs and careers and investment, we need to ensure that there's enough demand for projects that the workforce will be maintained.
In addition to a baseline tax credit for all solar installations, the Inflation Reduction Act provides an extra 10% credit for commercial, nonprofit, and public solar projects in communities that have historically produced fossil fuels. Eric Sprolis of the Nature Conservancy says that incentive could be critical for these communities as they rebuild their economies.
Solar energy is a really important opportunity for historically coal-producing states like West Virginia to continue to serve as a domestic energy powerhouse.
I'm Anya Slepian.
Baristas at Starbucks are unionizing, and not just in the big cities, and striking over employees' charges that the coffee powerhouse isn't bargaining in good faith. Workers allege store closings and firings in some stores where employees are trying to unionize. Starbucks says they've closed stores because of unsafe neighborhoods. Barista Katie McCoy is a former Starbucks worker in Snohomish, Washington. She's still active in organizing.
Our store's working conditions specifically were just really bad, and it took a toll on everyone's mental health.
250 of Starbucks' 9,000 American locations unionized last year. For the Daily Yonder and Public News Service, I'm Mary Sherman. For more rural stories, visit dailyyonder.com.
It's 8:36.
Your KCHW Morning Show is made possible by donations from Chewelah Flooring. Chewelah Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products, including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chewelah Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like Southwind, Deltile, Mannington, and Mohawk. For more information, you can visit online at ChewelahFlooring.com. Call 509-935-8021 or via email through ChewelahFlooring@gmail.com.
Your KCHW Morning Show, made possible by a donation from God-Fearing Brothers Auto Center. God-Fearing Brothers specializes in auto services, including repair, maintenance, and detailing. They also stock a...
Head for bits and brakes, and I'll do them from yesterday. You do today's.
Okay.
95 and Main Street at the light. For more information, you can visit the Auto Service Center at 806 East Main in Chewelah. Find them online at godfearingbrothers.com or by phone at 509-935-6414. KCHW FM thanks God-Fearing Brothers for supporting public radio in Stevens County. Your KCHW Morning Show made possible by a donation from Paul Mayer's Flowery Trail Cafe. The Flowery Trail Coffee House has changed hands. The new cafe still features familiar drive-through and coffee options, but also has added new breakfast items like biscuits and gravy, chorizo burritos, French toast, gluten-free pancakes, and more. The Flowery Trail Cafe strives to use as many locally sourced ingredients as possible and has a variety of healthy food options too. They're open Monday, Tuesday, and Friday from 6 to 2, Saturday from 7 to 3, Sundays from 8 to 3, and they're closed on Wednesday and Thursday. For more information, you can call them at 509-936-9140. Visit them at 6 West Webster Avenue in Chewelah or online at flowerytrailcafe.com.
Are you ready to make a difference in Chewelah? New Health is hiring for several clinical positions in our Chewelah Medical Clinic, including medical assistants and certified nursing assistants. With competitive salaries, benefits, and professional development opportunities, New Health will help you grow your career while providing quality health care to your local community. Learn more about the available positions and apply online at newhealth.org/careers. That's NEWHEALTH.org/careers. Or give us a call at 509-935-6001 to learn more. That's 509-935-6001. New Health, bringing healthcare into communities and communities into healthcare since 1978.
This is KCHW, Chewelah, 102.7 FM.
And we're back. It's KCHW 102.7, looking at 8:39, headed toward today's odd news. But first, we're going to do a few bits and breaks. And Val, I'd like to start off with 4 things you didn't know yesterday, and you tell me if I'm wrong with any of these, okay?
All right. I'm gonna stop you for 1 second though.
Okay.
Now I want biscuits and gravy. After that, the commercial you had on during the break, I want some biscuits and gravy.
Okay. All right.
Anyway, I had to say that. Go ahead. 4 things I didn't know yesterday.
Speaking of biscuits and gravy, a taste bud lives for 10 days.
For 10 days is all?
That's all. All right.
Unless you drink really hot coffee and then they live for like an hour.
You know what's funny is I've never noticed them falling off in my mouth and go, what's that? Oh, it's a little taste bud.
It's because you swallow them.
Oh, all right. Light roast coffee has more caffeine per bean than dark roast.
Oh, really?
I would have never guessed that.
That surprises me.
All right. Average color of the universe is a shade of beige. Astronomers have dubbed cosmic latte, which has 0 caffeine.
But a ton of calories.
I dare you to pull into a coffee drive-thru and say, I'd like a cosmic latte.
Now you know somebody is going to make one.
All right. The lint that collects in the bottom of your pockets has a name. It's called ganure.
Kind of like manure, but with a G?
Yes, and a GN. Ganure.
Ganure.
And the lint that collects in your belly button? Gross.
Especially if you leave until it's a hard pebble.
Yeah. Or have to have it surgically removed.
Yeah. The problems with having an innie.
Yeah. All right, what do you got, Val?
Well, first of all, I'll say good morning to Ron. He says that he's in Oak Harbor this morning and he loves us. And we love you too, Ron.
All right. Ron has an Audi, and don't ask me how I know. Sorry, Ron.
He outed you. He outed you.
I outed your Audi.
Anyway, I've got one for you this morning, Scott.
Okay.
It is reasons to be thankful you're single during the holidays.
Okay.
This comes from a dating coach who has been doing that for over 40 years. And she says, enjoy your freedom this month. 5 good reasons to be single. It's first off is the freedom to choose who you wanted to spend the holidays with. No fights on which relatives to visit.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Free from spending time with boring or obnoxious in-laws.
Oh, man.
Not just the in-laws. Sometimes it's the whole family.
So one time I was at an in-law's place, and the father-in-law and all the son-in-laws are all in the living room with the father-in-law. And he looks at me and he says, Scott, you know why you're my favorite son-in-law? And I said, why? And he goes, because you're the only one that hasn't asked me for money.
says it in front of all
All
the
of
cinema.
them. Oh my gosh. Ooh, wow. Awkward moment.
Oh, goodness.
So you know what I did?
What?
I asked him for some
Ask
money.
for money?
Even the playing field out.
You just didn't want to make the other son-in-laws feel bad.
That's right. That's right. Okay.
All right, next on the list is your time is your own.
Sorry, I'd like to share some of it.
No need to worry whether your significant other was having a good time.
Oh, my significant others always have a good time.
Well, of course they do.
Sure.
They're with you.
Okay.
Finally, the freedom to skip Thanksgiving or Christmas and go on vacation.
I'm trying to plan that right now, but I'm afraid to drive in the winter, and I'm scared of flying.
So you're just going to stay home?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
I would think another one is you don't have to spend a bunch of money on jewelry for a gal who is expecting it.
Oh, yeah. Won't be visiting Blue Nile this year.
Do not buy me jewelry.
All right. I wasn't thinking about it. You're a wonderful sister.
Yeah, just don't buy me jewelry. Crystals? Yeah, I'll take one of those.
Okay. All right, Val, tweet of the week. If you're cremated after you die, you can be put into an hourglass and continue to participate in family game night. That's what I want to do.
Oh,
Dad says hurry. Time's running out.
Time's running out. How about this topic? What's the Christmas gift you'll return 100% of the time, whether given to you by your significant other, a good friend, or a coworker? This was a hard one for me.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever returned a gift. I've re-gifted, but I've never returned a gift.
I haven't either. And there's some ones I've wanted to.
I'd say, though, if I got a dog, I would return it.
But get him a cat, and you're his best friend for life.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, I just don't know what that would be.
Okay.
I don't know. It might go immediately to Goodwill.
There you go.
All right. That was my...
All right. How many, here's one, I've got a topic. How many Christmas trees do you have in your house? And feel free, ladies, I know we got a few ladies, and Chuck on Facebook today, post how many Christmas trees you have in your house. You'll be surprised by the number of people who have many, many trees, both real and fake. There used to be a house on Clay that keep their windows open, and I don't think they live there anymore, but you could drive by, and one night I just kind of stopped and was looking at all the trees in their house, and I think I counted 18.
18?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, crazy, huh? How fun is that? You
Yeah.
really like Christmas, don't you?
I generally put up about 4. But this year with a new kitten, it's all I can do to keep her out of 1. So I'm kind of feeling bummed. I've got a couple that I'd really like to have up. I did have my red tree, which has all red bulbs and red lights and
what are you trying to say with that?
Well, it's just my red themed tree, and it's up on a shelf. It's probably one of those, I don't know, it's probably 3 feet tall. And somehow my older cat, not even the kitten, managed to jump up there and knock it off where it tumbled all the way down the stairs and broke a bunch of stuff. And so it was just so disheartened that I haven't even tried to repair everything and put it back up.
I'm sorry.
So, but anyway, yeah, my 4 trees is down to 1 this year, and I'm kind of bummed.
I wish you had them all 4 up, and then you could do a video of you frantically running from tree to tree looking for cats.
Well, every time I find something that keeps her out of a tree, she finds a way around it. So, yeah.
Awesome.
Anyway, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, the joys of kittenhood.
Anything else on your end?
Yeah, I thought this one was really interesting, and it says that birth order says a lot about you.
Ooh.
And this is from the book, the new birth order book. If you are a firstborn child, you're a perfectionist, well-organized, a natural leader, critical, and you don't like surprises.
I would not say about the firstborn in our family.
No.
Sorry, brother.
That's probably more like the secondborn in our family.
Yeah.
If you are a middle child, you're a mediator, compromising, you avoid conflict, you're independent, and you're a bit secretive. I feel that about myself. I feel like that describes me to some extent.
Yes.
If you are the baby in the family.
Oh, great.
So here's Scott. You're manipulative. You're charming. You blame others. You're an attention seeker. You're most likely to go outside of your birth order for marriage.
Okay.
Okay. And finally, if you're an only child, you are an adult at age 7. You're thorough, you're deliberate, you're a high achiever, and you're cautious.
Ooh. The ones I like best in mine, of course, charming.
Oh, definitely.
Blame others. Because accepting someone else, blame others, well, I mean, accepting that it's you or blame others wins hands down. That's what I always like to say. And then an attention seeker, I am not. If I was an attention seeker, I wouldn't be here.
If you were an attention seeker, you'd be on the radio 4 mornings a week.
Huh? That wasn't nice at all. All right.
All right.
Wrapping up bits and breaks with a husband's winter preparedness plan. So this is a blog title I read called Preparing for Winter Survival in Your Car. This is especially helpful if you live in the Midwest where they get blizzards that could cover your entire car. Story suggests we toss a couple of extra coats and blankets and hand warmers, gloves in the trunk of our cars, plus some non-perishable foods like nuts and granola bars. And then this lady says, then I read comments, and this one cracked me up. It says, my husband's annual winter preparedness routine includes buying extra dog food for our 3 large dogs and storing the food in the trunk. He says the weight of the giant bags gives more car traction, and we have food that can keep us alive for a week or more in case we run off the road. And she says, thank God.
You might start barking after all that, though.
Thank God we've never run off the road. All right.
I'm sorry. I'm looking at Facebook comments here, and Becky has charming with exclamation marks and a laughing face.
So not charming is what she's saying.
She thinks that's quite amusing.
I'm so glad that one didn't show up on my feed. So I've got a great Christmas. I guess Thanksgiving story from Brandon Hansen. I should save it for Friday when he's on the air, but I'm going to tell it. He texted me right before the day before Thanksgiving and said, so instead of turkey that year, he had bought a $100 prime rib, and that he just walked into the kitchen and the cat was eating it. And my response to him was, it's totally okay. I've had cats. Their germs aren't that bad. And when you cook it, it's going to kill any of the kitty saliva germs, right?
Right.
All right. But I said, do be prepared within 4 to 8 hours to start cleaning yourself.
I think prime rib, if my cat had been eating it after it was cooked, I'd have just sliced that part away and ate it anyway. It's prime rib.
I'm curious to do the joke again on Friday and see what they did with the prime rib, or
Yeah.
I hope they didn't throw it out, because
Oh, no.
Sometimes you're like, oh, I got a bone. Nope, it's a whisker.
Brandon sitting at the head of the table going,
grooming himself with his paw.
Yeah.
Are you sure this is prime rib? It has whiskers.
That ain't chicken in your chicken chow mein.
Oh, here we go, wrapping up the show.
Slap some bacon on a biscuit and let's go. We're burning daylight.
It's the world of strange. A world gone wacky.
Out here, due process is a bullet.
And some of the scariest people on the planet.
I think you're bluffing. Be afraid. You look mighty pretty when you get mad.
It's your odd news on KCHW.
Just sit back and enjoy the show.
This is where you attempt to enjoy the show as we kick off odd news with the news attack. First statement true, second statement bad joke, and Val kicks it off.
So yesterday was Cyber Monday.
Yes.
Today is now What Have I Done Tuesday.
Oh, and I know you were online shopping yesterday, weren't you?
I did buy a couple things yesterday.
I knew it.
Yes. Not a lot, and they weren't Christmas gifts. One was for my husband. He wanted a hard hat with built-in air protectors. So
Ear or air?
Ear.
Ear protectors, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, honey, this doesn't have the ear protectors I wanted. Okay, sorry. Hard hat. What's he need a hard hat for?
Because he bought himself a new used chainsaw, and it is so powerful that he said it's so loud that it gives him a headache. So he needed ear protectors.
Wow.
And I will say that my husband is not one to wear a hard hat when he cuts wood, which is a bad choice. So now he gets them both at the same time.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. North Korea has been testing missiles.
Missiles?
Mm-hmm. But they did take a break to celebrate Thanksgiving.
Aw, that's so nice. Spend
By
more time
launching
with family.
By launching a missile.
I was going to say, would you want to spend time with him during the holidays? Because he might poison you.
Got a cute sister, though. Hasn't poisoned that one yet.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe a bad joke.
Yeah, a study found that simply standing up more often can help us to lose weight. Wait 1 second. Unless you're standing to head to the break room to refill your chips and salsa.
Oh. Arizona County has refused to certify the results of a recent election. This is a big story this morning. They're refusing it. They're waiting to hear what Tucker Carlson wants them to do.
And we know what he wants to happen. Researchers have determined the best shape for a splash-free urinal. I'm guessing most of the researchers have teenage boys.
I got a little tiny one, and that's what I use for my gravy bowl. Only at the holidays, though.
Only then.
Researchers say blue whales need to eat the equivalent of 80,000 Big Macs every day.
Wow.
Now, this is why we rarely see them on the surface. They're always down in the drive-thru. All right.
All right. New research shows that we feel as if our thirst has been quenched faster when we drink carbonated drinks. It must be true, because I can never get through more than 3 bottles of champagne.
I'm full.
Then you burp a couple times, make a little bit more room.
Ooh, crack open another bottle. All right, new report says Americans spend over a year of their lives channel surfing. I just think I spend a lot more than that.
Every year.
Yeah, it sounds depressing. I never find anything. It may sound depressing to you, but I'm happy. I finally have an answer for my doctor the next time he tells me, need a hobby? I channel surf, buddy. All right.
It's the most exercise you get.
Yes. All right, starting off our wacky news, we've got a dude in a Lamborghini.
That driver was pulled over and ticketed for reckless driving after allegedly speeding at nearly 3 times the posted speed limit on a winding road in Santa Barbara County, California. Photos shared by police showed a black Lamborghini on the side of the road, and a portion of the written ticket that shows the driver was clocked at 152 miles per hour. The posted speed limit is just 55.
Huh, that's not 3 times. That's less than 3 times the speed.
It is. It said nearly, though. It said nearly 3 times.
Now, what good would giving a Lamborghini driver a ticket actually do?
Yeah.
Because if you can afford a Lamborghini, who cares if you got a driver's license?
You can afford the reckless ticket, right?
Yeah. All right. Goes down like this.
Hey, shake and bake, Cal. Woo! Shake and bake.
And then when he was talking to the police officer...
For light speed. No, light speed is too slow.
Because if you ain't first, you're last.
That's right, baby. All right. Wow, I missed that whole. I must be on the. Am I on the wrong page? No, I wonder how I missed that story. Huh.
The one you're going to skip?
Huh. Yeah, it says caution, and I missed that one going through. All right, he threw something at his girlfriend that he shouldn't have. All right, how about this? Tulsa, Oklahoma, police department arrested a man Saturday night after they say a family game of Monopoly turned violent. Officers were called to a shots fired call. When police arrived, is there a tiny little gun in the Monopoly pieces? It's just a shoe, right?
I think it's just a shoe. I guess
Okay.
There's
There's no little gun in there. Officers were called to shots fired. When they arrived, they immediately took John Armstrong into custody. Investigators learned the family had been drinking alcohol and playing Monopoly when a fight broke out between Armstrong and his stepfather.
I'm saying that tension's been building for a while.
After knocking over the game board, that's what you do too. Remember when you're a kid and you get mad and just, I'm done. And turning over some furniture, they were told to take the fight outside. Good job, Mom. You boys, you don't stop fighting. You just go outside. Armstrong then pulled a gun after getting cut in the head and chased his stepfather and his stepsister down the street, pointing the gun at them. But he told police he only fired one shot, and that was at the ground.
That's so bad.
Oh, it's horrible. Hold on.
We're going to play a wonderful game called Who is My Daddy and What Does He Do?
Runs at the speed of light.
It's too slow.
2 people have been arrested for allegedly stealing a Subaru in New Hampshire, but they weren't caught the old-fashioned way. No. They were actually caught because the owner remembered he left his AirPods in the car. Mike McCormick, the owner, said that his Subaru was stolen in a matter of minutes because he made a classic cold weather mistake. He left his car running but unlocked while he was warming it up. McCormick went inside to grab his forgotten water bottle, and when he got back outside, his car had disappeared. Later, he realized he'd left his AirPods in the car and decided to see if his phone could tell him where his car was. Using his iPhone's Find My app, the AirPods popped up. 3 days after the car was stolen, it was recovered.
Oh. How about this? A word from the thief.
Why didn't somebody tell me that he had one of those things?
I was getting my snow tires put on, and a guy bought a car at the car lot just like mine. And he looked at me, and we were talking about our cars, and he says, you know, that auto start is going to come in real handy this winter in Maine. And I went, auto start? And he goes, yeah, on your key fob, the circle with the 2 times in it. And I said, well, I pressed it once and nothing happened. I didn't know what it was. And he said, yeah, that's your auto start. So I've had my car for like 6 months and didn't know it had an auto start.
Oh, wow.
And if he wouldn't have told me that, I would have sold that car. And the person would have went, oh, cool, it's got auto start. And I would have went, what?
Boy, don't I feel stupid.
Oh, exactly.
Why didn't somebody tell me that he had one of those things?
All right, off to Birmingham, England. Oh, man, a pub in Birmingham, England has shocked soccer fans by refusing to show any of England's World Cup games. However, it has decided to show every single other World Cup game instead. Decision not to show the 2 home nations' games comes after previous games resulted in fans destroying the pub.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. A sign on the door of the pub reads, due to previous circumstances in recent years where the World Cup Euros have been shown at this pub, unfortunately, we will not be showing any England games or Wales games during this event. All other World Cup games will be televised here at the Clifton. Thank you for understanding, which prompted a listener to say this.
This is supposed to be a happy occasion. Let's not bicker and argue about who killed who.
And here comes Val to wrap us up with a guinea pig story.
Yes, a German man was fined for letting his guinea pig run free in a park which had a law banning dogs without leashes, but said nothing about guinea pigs. He tried to explain the difference between a dog and a guinea pig to the dog warden. She's a dog warden, but it didn't work.
Guinea pig is no different than a small dog. I'm just curious, since they call them pigs, do they taste like bacon?
I don't know. Are they actually in the pig family?
No, they're not. But I thought that'd be cute.
It's pig discrimination, I tell you.
That's right. That cop needs to lose his badge.
His leash.
His leash.
His collar?
All right, one for me and Val.
You are an idiot.
And then one for you at home.
We're sorry. You've reached an imaginary number. Please rotate your phone 90 degrees and try again.
And then for anybody about to get breakfast.
Silent breed is people.
And that's our show for today. Thank you very much, Val, live from Deer Park, Washington.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And me, live from the state of Maine. All right.
Oh, come on. Give yourself a round of applause.
All right. Are you sure?
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
I prefer that. I prefer that over applause anytime.
Anytime.
Yeah, a little laughter.
A little laughter that's not, like that, what do we call it when I laugh when you're not really funny?
Courtesy
there
laugh.
you go, a courtesy laugh.
And that's funny because that's one of the first training things you will get when being on the morning show as a new announcer is my speech about giving me a courtesy laugh, even when I'm not funny.
I got that speech.
You did?
Yeah, I did.
Thanks for throwing me under the bus now. All right, that's our show for today. Tomorrow, Big Mike Bentz joins us right here at 7:20 in the morning. It's Northern Lights Public Radio. Have a great day. Be safe. Don't forget, winter storm warning. It's going to be heavy, heavy snow. I would expect school delays tomorrow, maybe even a snow day. Who knows?
Yeah,
but
you never know.
That's right. And this is not going to melt, folks. Looking at the extended forecast, at least 10 days with snow every day in the forecast. If you don't ski, you might want to buy some just to get to the grocery store. All right.
Little cross country.
Mm-hmm. Be safe out there. Keep on listening.
We're going to play a wonderful game called Who is My Daddy and What Does He Do?
For light speed. No. Light speed is too slow.
It's pig discrimination, I tell you.
Hail to the king, baby.
Your KCHW morning show made possible